Good evening, everyone. Name is Lucio Padilla Jr. I'm Director of Instructional Technology. I'm very excited to be with you here tonight. We are being filmed live. This is our LCAP Community Forum. And we're here tonight dedicating an evening to our school and district community to seek input for our district goals and technology. To kick us off tonight, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our Superintendent, Carlos Gonzalez.
Well, testing. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. It's a great honor to have these LCAP meetings where we get to showcase and share all the wonderful things that are happening in Calexico for your children, but at the same time be able to get your input. Now, voy a hablar en español para los papás que ocupan traducir o traducción. Tenemos aquí los traductores, hay los audífonos, aquí en la esquina si pueden venir, así para que podamos traducir y puedan entender lo que estamos diciendo en inglés a español. And so with that, again, I just want to thank you all for being here. I know it's an evening night where it takes away from your family, but the fact that you're here is very important because, again, the input that you give us and what we're able to share with you is going to be very powerful. And so we have our goal 2 that we'll be sharing tonight. And one of the things that Mr. Padilla mentioned that I want to make sure that we reiterate is if everyone can look at the camera over here and wave and say hi. So now for the very first time, we're actually video streaming this actual LCAP community forum. So for the very first time, we have parents that can see this, or the community, of everything that is happening tonight. So this is wonderful because not only do we broadcast and showcase everything that's happening here, but everyone at home can also see it. We have just so many great staff that are here tonight that Mr. Padilla will be presenting, but I also want to present someone who is very supportive of all of our programs, one of our trustees, Mr. Ciro Calderon. If we can give him a round of applause, please. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and continue. Thank you again for being here tonight. I'll give the mic back to Mr. Padilla, and he will be introducing our staff who's here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. So on the screen, we have a question that we'll be exploring throughout the night. We have an action-packed night for you. And the question is, what should CUSD focus on to prepare your children, our students, for their future? And as we conclude the night, you're going to engage in a variety of different activities, and we're going to end with a flip grid where you'll be doing a school flip grid presentation, sharing with us after you go through a variety of different experiences, some very interactive experiences this evening. So keep that question in mind, because that'll be our question that we'll be focused on throughout this night. Now, we have this incredible interactive night for you, because we've got just a great team of students and staff. So I'm gonna ask you all come to the front here with me. Everybody just come to the front. We have like a huge group, so I'll just put them to the front. But I'll give you a little bit of a quick little highlight of who we have with us tonight. We have our district IT coordinator, Mr. Eduardo Perez. We have Mr. Fernando Arguelles, district ed tech coach, and I'll just ask them to wave as they're here. We have Antonio Buenrostro, teacher from William Moreno, Alejandra Alvarez, teacher from Cesar Chavez, Cristo Arellano, teacher from Dual Elementary. We got Javier, Jesus, and Alberto, incredible tech team that we have here joining us with us this night. Jesus Huerta from Kennedy Gardens, and we've got a tremendous amount. We got the CHS robotics team, so big round of applause to all our students and staff. And we have Rodrigo and Yanel. If you guys can come to the front, big round of applause. Jesus and Rodrigo. Big round of applause to Jesus and Rodrigo from Kennedy Gardens. So later this evening, they're all going to be stationed in different places. We'll have room 51 in our cafeteria, and we're going to have you join us in a variety of different experiences in this evening. So once again, one big round of applause to the entire tech team that we have here with us tonight. I mentioned the CHS robotic teams, but I don't think I mentioned their coaches, their mentors. We got Mario Magallanes and Luis Garcia as well from Calexico High School. So tonight we've got, I want to start by just thanking you, right? It's a huge commitment to give up some of your personal time or time away from family, but we're very, very much cherish it because it's an opportunity to give us some great input as we move forward in our work with technology here in our school district. So thank you for being here. And to give you as a little bit of a summary for our district LCAP, this little puzzle here kind of gives you a nice little summary of the work that we currently do in our tech goals. We work on our infrastructure, making sure we have plenty good service with internet, broadband. We've got access to technology. We've got professional development. We got a lot of different systems that we work. But the most important part of why technology is a goal for our school district is because our focus is all about learning. This is what it's all about today, right? And so often when we talk about tech, it becomes about the tech. And so I really want to keep us centered and focused that as you go through tonight, you're going to have a lot of experiences, some involving technology, some of them not. But we really want to focus about what are the experiences, the learning experiences that we want to provide for our students. Right? So it's all about learning. One of the videos, and I'm going to show you this quick video. This video is a video that we've used in many different events, working with teachers, working with parents. And it's a video that really has made us think a lot about where we are and where we need to go. So I'm going to show you this quick video. It's called The Future of Work by Ted Dentersmith. Those robo dogs, they just went on sale about 6 months ago. And every time I see it, like, oh, I want one, right? I need to start saving up for one, right? So we show this video with a lot of different communities of just work we do with parents and teachers, and usually we ask for input. And one of the common themes that we hear as we present it is a theme of, there's a little bit of fear, right? Like, what's going to happen? Like, are all the jobs going to go away, right? And so we know that we can't predict the future, but we know that certainly it won't remain the same, and we see those changes everywhere within our community. And so it really becomes asking the questions, that question, right? Those questions that are up there: will our children be ready? What are the competencies and mindsets that our students need to be able to thrive in this world once they leave our school district? And how can our schools prepare your children, our students, for their future? And so in essence is, how do we shift our practices to prepare our students for everything and anything that may come as they leave our school district? Our district has really made an acknowledgement that the traditional model of instruction is no longer relevant for our students. We know and we feel and believe that because the world now has an abundance of information, of knowledge, and that students can find it as they carry it in their personal devices and their phones, that it has changed and it's had a tremendous amount of impact on our instructional learning environments in the classroom. We see what's happening across the world with automation, and we can't help but think and process and want to engage you in conversations about how do we rethink, how do we begin to plan differently, how do we begin to reimagine the instructional learning experiences for our students. This year, one of those goals for LCAP has been increasing access to technology. And this year, we've been part of an exciting new phase. And I'm going to show this video that kind of introduces you to the exciting new phase. It's a phase where we're about to start sending devices home.
This year, for the first time, we will have an academy that will provide students in 12 classrooms with a one-on-one access featuring MacBooks, not just at school, but at home as well. This academy will provide us with an opportunity to rethink and reimagine the teaching and learning experiences like never before. So often you hear the terms 21st century education and other terms such as the digital divide, but what does that really mean? And what matters most? Well, for our school district, this truly represents an opportunity to create shared hopes and dreams for students with a focus on connecting their hands with their hearts and mind. Please join me in cheering on our teachers on this journey.
And that is really a huge part of why you're here tonight, right? It's a continuation of our district to reflect and think, how can we work with our school community and create these shared hopes and dreams? How can we really think real deeply about learning, and how does that happen best? And how can we start creating these experiences to help prepare our students for their future? And we're looking to push ourselves, right? This what we're doing this year is one part of continuing to push ourselves, and we look forward to hearing your input as we look forward to continuing to push ourselves next year. And with that, I want to give actually Mr. Gonzalez acknowledge Ciro Calderon, but I also want to acknowledge right now we have a board member also, Lencho Calderon, who was very instrumental in us starting this pilot with our MacBook. So big round of applause to Lorenzo Calderon, please, in the back. So as we think about technology is not, and we really want to go from this phase right here, right? Everybody says students are so natural with technology. They're natural with it, but in many cases, if we don't teach them about technology, they have a very passive, in a very state of consumption as they think about technology. And so we really want to start shifting to this area right here, when we start thinking about how do we have them be much more active with the technology, when instead of just being from a level of consumption, where they're taking the role of not using the computer to consume, but rather use the computer to create, to produce, to showcase. How do they learn how to program? How do they involve themselves in simulations, media productions, interact with experts, global connections, design, and how do they collaborate better with their peers as they take on real-world problems? We know from Ron Berger's pyramid, the hierarchy of audience, we know that what motivates them the least is presenting to their teacher to fulfill a requirement, to fulfill a grade. We know that the next level up is to parents, then to present to a school community, then to present to a public audience beyond their school, and presenting to an audience that's capable of critique, and then to be a service of the world. So we know that this is the hierarchy of motivation for our students. How can we begin or continue to rethink the experiences that we have for our students to leave that highest level of motivation? This year, part of our commitment with our MacBook group is that we're going to start having and showcasing our students' work. And the very first showcase that we chose is a film festival. So our students who have those MacBooks right now are deep in their planning of getting ready to start having a variety of different showcases. And so we'll have these full-blown showcases for film festival, but tonight we're going to give you a preview, and we're going to show you a film that's already completed. It is called The Door by a student from Blanche Charles, or a group of students from Blanche Charles. And in the assignment of The Door, the students need to be able to create a level of suspense. They hear a noise, they're going towards their door, they build suspense, they're beginning to get a little bit afraid, and then they struggle to open the door, they get through the door, and then they feel that sense of relief. Enjoy this quick, brief video. Big round of applause to Manuel and team there at Blanche Charles and Joshua Ibarra, right? So we look forward to having a variety of different events where we're showcasing student work across the district. And we're going to have a few students here come up here. They're going to present to you. And they're going to present to you real briefly just what is it like from a student perspective, what is it like to be a part of a technology-rich learn environment. And so we had a last minute change here with some of the students, so I'll have to adjust here the names real quickly. But first, we'll start from Kennedy Gardens. We'll start with Rodrigo Camargo. Rodrigo, come up to the front, please. Big round of applause to Rodrigo. So Rodrigo, if you can please share with the audience, I know you're in Mr. Huerta's class, Kennedy Gardens. You have access to MacBooks, some iPads. He's got some 3D printers. He's got just some VR, some real cool tech stuff. So I want you to share with the audience, what is it like to be a part of a very technology-rich learning environment, and just share with our audience.
All right, so I don't really know what to say. First of all, with the MacBooks, it helps you with learning. Instead of doing normal work, you get to do it with programming, and it's a lot more fun than doing it, and it makes them actually want to learn. And for the VR, well, all right. Well, there's not much to say. There's not much about about stuff to learn, but there is some things on the VR that enhances creativity. And for the iPads, they were a big thing for us because it helped us with the films like the ones you saw up there. Well, the one. And my teacher actually hosts a thing called Steam Club, and my brother, which is right there, he's actually in it. And he doesn't do as much stuff that we're doing because well, they're just barely they're just barely starting. But yes, it helps me learn better because well, instead of doing it on paper, it's better to just do it on something you enjoy doing instead of something you get normally.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Mr. Huerta, can you introduce your next student?
And then one of my students couldn't make it, Yanel Gill. She wasn't sure she's going to make it. Looks like she didn't make it. So I had another student that volunteered, Jesus Lopez, if he wants to come up and speak.
Yeah, I'm nervous, but okay. I'm gonna try my best. The thing that I like about being in Mr. Huerta's class is that, well, yeah, he's one of the best teachers that I had. When we were doing the films, he pushed me a lot.
we're ready to start once more. We're ready to reconvene. So to kind of get us ready for our next art project, we're going to show you a real nice video that was produced from Apple. It is super brief, but really the video, one of the nice things that it does, it allows you to see things from the perspective of a student. Here's the video.
Imagination is the key because you're using your knowledge, what you know, to make something that no one's made before.
If you're creative, then other people will be inspired by you, and then they'll keep pushing forward. So if you'll spread it to your friends, and then your friends spread to their friends, and then all over the world, everyone will have a happy life.
It's like a whole land of imagination where you feel like you can make anything or invent anything you want, and you make something that nobody has ever thought of. When you grow up, you're going to be a pro. So you better get creative right now so you can remember those things, what you did from the past, carry those things, brings them to the future.
You can make anything you want, and you can make that change the world. One small thing could change the world, like one person can change the world.
I really like that video because it really kind of brings it to being able to see things from the perspective of a child, perspective of a student. So we're ready for our next part of the evening. And so we're going to ask you once more, what should Calexico Unified School District focus on to prepare your children, our students, for their future? We're going to ask you to think and process kind of through the lens of the child, the lens of the student. I'm gonna kind of discourage you from maybe using the word technology, because it's not about technology, but really kind of focused on what experiences or what characteristics, what attributes, if you can describe it as best as you can in one word, should we focus as a district to help prepare your child for their future? We're going to ask you to do, we have canvas, we have little cups, plastic cups so you can fill some paint. We got paintbrushes. We're going to give you 20 minutes to finish your drawing. And then we'll announce the 20 minutes, and we're going to ask all of you by school site, one per school, to do a flip grid response, sharing what is it that from your school is the input that the district should focus on to prepare your student, our students, your children for their future. So if you have any questions, I'll be here in the front. But please go ahead and start kind of forming a line to the front. We have canvases. We have paintbrushes. We got acrylic paint. And this is your opportunity to identify your input in one word. So ya tenemos 4 videos, 5 videos. Si se van acomodando de nuevo a sus asientos, porque vamos a empezar la presentación de los videos ahorita. We're going to start showing the videos here in just a few seconds. So we'll start presenting all of them, and we have currently 5 videos. So I see Willie Moreno.
Go.
So we have Willie, KG, Dual, EdTech. We got Maine, Cesar Chavez, high school. We got 6 schools, so we got about 4 more schools left. As you're seeing the different videos being completed, you're seeing them all populate over here on top. So we're using, again, Flipgrid today for our feedback, our input from the community. Mains, do you see your video up there? Yes? Blanche Charles it's uploading? Okay, so Blanche Charles is uploading. Cesar Chavez, I believe I saw it there. Dual is up there. Jefferson is up there. Kennedy Gardens is up there. Mains is up there. Rockwood is being completed right now. Enrique Camarena, is Enrique Camarena working on one? They're over there. Enrique Camarena. And then Willie Moreno. Is Willie Moreno up already? Done? Perfect. And then Calexico High School. Before we leave, we're going to present the videos, and then before we leave, we're going to take one huge big group parent picture, all of you with your artwork. So we're going to ask all of us to join us, and we'll do a real big picture there with your artwork. Okay, so we're going to start with the video presentation. So Alberto, if you can just take us one by one, and we'll start seeing each video one by one.
At CUSD, our curriculum department want us to focus for our students on believing in them.
We also want them to feel that they belong, a sense of belonging to our district, for them to have positive relationships with all the members of the learning community, and hope.
And the way to do this is to build relationships, build families.
Three.
I want my children to match.
Rockwood is being completed right now.
Quiero para mis
Enrique
hijos la
Camarena, ¿está
universidad
Camarena working on
porque
one?
ese infinito los lleva hacia las estrellas.
Pero para mis hijas, las
Enrique
tecnologías,
Camarena.
para que salgan a hacer ejercicio.
And then Willie Moreno. Is Willie Moreno up already? Done? Perfect. And then
Hello there, I'm Ms. Montaño, principal at Blanche Charles Elementary School. And I wanted to share with you the word that I chose. And I chose imagine, from the word imagination, because I think technology inspires imagination in all of our students. And it's just a great opportunity for them to show their creativity. So I'm going to ask one of my parents from Blanche Charles what she feels technology does for our school in Spanish. Hola señora, buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Ajá.
Mi nombre es Azucena Gwen, soy mamá de una alumna de Blanche Charles y escogí la palabra motivación. ¿Por qué motivación? Porque motiva a los niños ir todos los días a la escuela para aprender algo nuevo y en la tecnología a ellos les ayuda mucho a prepararse para el futuro, porque en el futuro ya vienen cosas más nuevas que son pues todo lo técnico y los niños pues ahí pueden desarrollar su creatividad y tanto en robótica y todo lo que ellos están aprendiendo todos los días, y en el futuro es una de las herramientas principales la tecnología, y pues con uno como papá la palabra está motivarlos, a seguirlos motivando cada vez y a los estudios.
Excelente. Y señora, pues, ¿cree usted que las oportunidades que les damos en los salones a los niños con tecnología preparan a nuestros niños para trabajos que vienen del futuro?
Sí, creo que están muy preparados los maestros, el personal, y los niños están motivados y están listos para aprender cada día algo nuevo.
Excelente, gracias. Ahora tenemos a la niña Karime, hija de la señora Wentz, estudiante de Blanchard. Karime, ¿nos quieres decir qué palabra escogiste tú?
With the tablet and like technology, we could learn new stuff like math, we could learn spot math. They could give us answers, or either they could help us.
Okay. Excelente, excelente. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Okay, well, hello everybody. This is our third attempt today. So here with me today is Mari Duarte, a school parent and Mr. Villa, school principal. So the task that we were given was what can Calixto Unified School District do to help our students prepare for the future? And we decided, after a long conversation, problem solving is what we want our students to focus, our school district to focus. Thinking head, a little happy face with a light bulb going on, that's because they're thinking. So thank you everybody, have a good night.
Go.
What I picked, as a word that describes this effort is innovation. Innovation, not just because it includes technology, something that our students need to work on, and the district is doing a great job. I think it's something that will actually change the way that we know things, and the learning experience also as expressed by the students earlier on the many technology projects that they're working on. So again, it's innovation. It could be innovation or innovation, which is not just, again, working at the local level, but nationally, maybe worldwide.
Go.
Nuestros estudiantes necesitan ser respetados para que enseñen a respetar a los demás. Y yo creo que un buen respeto es la base de toda buena educación. Gracias.
And for the last one, we have create, empower our students to create.
Hi, today we're here with Ms. Elizabeth and myself, Dr. Fernandez, as the assistant principal of William Moreno Junior High. And the word that we chose was access. We want our students to have more access to colleges, to programs that are innovative, that can bring more to the classroom for our students, starting at an early age.
Escolar debería de enfocarse en todas y cada una de las palabras que tenemos aquí escritas, porque todo esto haría a nuestros hijos preparados para un mejor futuro, que es tecnología, robótica, autoestima, respeto, imaginación, y con todo esto podemos lograr que nuestros hijos sean grandes en el futuro.
Three.
Hello, my name is Samuel. I'm a Sunday school counselor at the elementary school. There's one word that comes to our mind when it comes to how we want to focus on preparing our children for the future, and that word is hope. We believe that it is through hope that we send our students to school, hoping that they will achieve a better quality of life. In this effort, we believe that there's three components that are very essential to achieving this hope. And component number one, communication. We believe that communication needs to be transparent for students to be successful. Component number 2, we believe that every single student should have equal access to opportunities that provide students access. Component number 3, we believe that there should be more activities that foster character building, and with such activities, we believe that students will be able to experience universal adaptive choice making, and that is a big difference. Altogether, this is what hope is to us. Thank you very much.
Dos, tres. Nosotros elegimos la palabra creatividad porque creemos que los estudiantes deben de dejar volar su imaginación, las escuelas deberían de permitirles explorar más, preguntar, dejar que ellos conozcan cosas nuevas y ayudarlos a que crezca su imaginación, pueden hacer cosas increíbles.
Three. Ability. Ability.
Love.
At CUSD, our curriculum
question is, and we ask is, if we were to get very innovative, start thinking really hard about how to prepare your kids for their future, would you as parents embrace it and say, yes, go for it? Because we can get as innovative as we like, but we need you as our partners in this, right? We really do. And so one of the questions that I share with you that people often ask and wonder, will our parents understand different? Will our parents understand completely different if we're doing it in the interest of preparing your kids for their future? So just real quickly, what is your response? Would you guys embrace it? Yes? Okay. Now, when I say different, I mean different, right? I'm not talking a little bit different, right? Did you see that video how things are really different? I'm talking like really different, right? So be careful what you answer when I tell you would you be willing to say yes. But we're not talking a little bit different. We're talking the world is changing fast, and we got to completely rethink and become very innovative in our instructional practices and how we start preparing our students for everything and anything. And it's not just tech, right? Because the big piece for us is how do we connect students, their hearts, their hands, and their minds. And it really is, how do we have kids care about themselves, about others, and care about this earth, right? A young student taught me that recently. Loved it. Couldn't have said it better myself. So how do we prepare kids to care about themselves, others, and this earth? How do we think? You see, the art piece was intentional. Had nothing to do with technology, right? That's why you had the art piece, because our big message is not just about tech. If buying tech was going to solve and say, oh, check, done, we got everybody prepared, then we just buy a bunch of tech and then that'd be it. But it's not about purchasing technology. How did you guys feel drawing today? Anybody can share with me, how did you feel with doing your drawing today? ¿Quién nos quiere compartir? ¿Cómo se sintieron dibujando hoy? ¿Qué sintieron? ¿Qué sintió? ¿Qué sintió cuando dibujaron?
Bueno, la creatividad es muy importante todo el tiempo y sobre todo en el momento que estamos aquí, plasmar la creatividad creo que nos sirve para desarrollarnos más en el futuro.
Gracias. Un aplauso. ¿Alguien más que nos puede decir cómo sintieron al dibujar ahora? ¿Alguien más que nos pueda compartir? Go ahead. Díganos. ¿Qué sintió al tener la oportunidad de hacer arte el día de hoy? No más tecnología, pero arte.
Pues yo miré dos diferencias, ¿no? Dibujando en lo que es con el realidad virtual, que es muy diferente a mirarlo y a plasmarlo, ¿verdad? Hacerlo con mis manos. Miré lo de las ranas y dije, en lo personal dije, se ve bien, no se ve tan cruel en las Chromebooks, y cuando lo haces en persona, yo pienso que los feelings son muy diferentes, ¿no? Yo pensaría, voy a partir la ranita y serían otras cosas que se me vienen a la mente, y en cambio ahí es fácil, lo cortas y no pasa nada, no sé. También se me vinieron como las emociones, ¿no? Decir, híjole, está bien la tecnología, pero también nos falta esto, ¿no? O sea, palmarlo, hacerlo con nuestras manos, nuestra creatividad y hacerlo con el corazón, ¿no? O sea, porque ahora es muy fácil partir una rana en la Chromebook a partir una ranita, ¿verdad? O sea, ya con tus manos, o sea, es algo que sí la pensé, o sea, dije, tiene que haber conexión en cuanto a tecnología, empatía y otras emociones, ¿verdad?
So I'm going to share the secret with you about how we have more creative students. If we want creativity, we got to give them the opportunity to be creative, right? It's very, very simple. If we want creative students, we got to have them immerse themselves in an experience in which they're given that opportunity to be very creative. If we want them to hope, if we want them to have goals, if we want them to be creative, we want to be in a sense of community, if that's what we want, it only happens one way. It's by giving those experience. So today it's about what is it that we wish, that we hope, what is it that are our dreams, and then how we can go and then do it. Calexico Unified is ready to embrace, to be very innovative, but we need you, right? We need you as parents. We need you to be supportive, because things are going to look very, very different, right? Very different. And so the question is, will you embrace different, will you embrace innovation if we're doing it by coming together and thinking real hard about how to prepare your kids for their future? Any other questions or comments? Questions or comments? Yes.
Lo que observé es que si nos comparamos con los niños a nivel de ellos, los motiva la tecnología ahora a ser creativos y a tomar el compromiso y el esfuerzo de hacer un trabajo en el que hay que pensar y crear, y no solamente trabajar en forma automática, como con muchos juegos ahora que ven ellos y bajan por el internet. Todo es como dijo el fulanito, como dijo este, como le hace aquel, todo es copiado. Entonces esto los motiva, la tecnología, pienso yo que debe ser para eso, para que ellos creen a partir de lo que ven fuera, en la escuela, en la casa, y su propia mente, su imaginación, que los lleve a investigar y a crear. Pienso que tiene esta función y no otras destructivas. Gracias.
Any other questions, comments, questions?
Yo pienso que, como dije, la tecnología ahorita, como dicen, ya somos, como dicen, los millennials, ¿no? Ya nosotros ya nos quedamos pues todos los que estamos aquí ya no somos tan millennials. Ya nuestras nuevas generaciones son los millennials, pero para ellos nosotros como adultos tenemos que preparar esa generación. Nuestra generación que viene atrás, empezando con nuestros hijos, a prepararlos, cómo prepararlos, a enseñarles, es bueno saber el internet, pero qué tan bueno, o sea, darle las herramientas educativas, porque así como lo pueden usar productivo, también es destructivo. En lo que voy es de que ahorita ya tanto en los niños, en los juegos, yo miré en un grupo de papás que estoy de todo California a nivel estatal, que pusieron, y yo lo compartí en un grupo, o sea, lo pensé varias veces al subir la información, porque estamos hablando de un juego que los niños juegan de 7 años, es el Robots, algo así, y en ese juego, los papás dicen, no, está jugando el niño ese juego, pero no se fijan que ahorita ya en ese juego ya están metieron ya partes de sexual, y los papás o sea, pueden estar haciendo otras cosas y dicen, está jugando el juego, pero hay que poner atención qué tipo de juegos están jugando nuestros hijos, estar supervisando con quién juegan, como el Fortnite o los otros juegos que hacen en computadora, que juegan y no sabes tú la otra persona que está atrás, que puede ser un pederasta, que puede ser alguien o un niño. Entonces, en esa forma hay que tener mucho cuidado. Esa es la forma que yo digo que es la parte de destrucción. Y aquí es tener como más enseñarles a nuestros hijos a estar como los focos rojos. Y pues sí, hay que nosotros como adultos adaptarnos a este nuevo sistema de la tecnología, de lo más que vamos a ver, y siempre estar preparados, y pues para esto son este tipo de entrenamientos, y ojalá que de los 4,000 creo que somos a todo nivel desde distrito, juntando primarias con high school y todo, me gustaría que no fuéramos las mismas caras que nos vemos siempre en los entrenamientos. Me gustaría que más papás estuviéramos como están ustedes ahorita aquí. Muchos trabajamos. Yo, gracias a Dios, el martes pasado me cancelaron, me movieron mi horario. Hoy también me lo movieron. Y como ustedes y como yo, hacemos el esfuerzo para estar aquí. En cada entrenamiento, pues dejamos y pues O sea, la prioridad son nuestros hijos. Y es todo.
So, hablando de entrenamiento, les voy a mandar un correo electrónico, los voy a invitar, voy a empezar de nuevo la academia de padres que empecé el año pasado, se llama Modern Parent Academy. Ahora vamos a empezar el primer miércoles de marzo, so después les mando más detalles para que vean la información, estén al pendiente, los mandamos también a través de Remind, pero vamos a empezar de nuevo ese grupo. Les quiero, que queremos una foto más y de ahí ya no me tomo la foto y de ahí por favor si nos ayuden llevándose comida para su casa, sobró mucha comida, pero antes de la comida si nos ayudan a formarse para acá para una última foto por favor, una última foto y luego nos ayudan con un plato de comida y a disfrutar el resto de la tarde. Traigan su arte con ustedes o que lo muestren.